This movie tells a story of Avery Graves, who is blackmailed by terrorists into betraying her own country to save her kidnapped husband. This movie is yet another tale of a character with a particular set of skills facing direct threats and physical challenges in a spy game type of world. It's a tired cookie-cutter kidnapping thriller, as the plot is just a rehash of spy movies we've seen plenty before. The story is really hackneyed, the dialogues are corny, and the script holds no surprises. The whole story angle is nothing more than your average spy movie cliches straight out of the assembly line, and the direction simply goes through the motions. Avery Graves' relationship with her husband takes up only several minutes of screen time, plus we know it's based on a lie, so our emotional investment is low. When the spy plot finally kicks in, it's all cut and pasted from genre movie cliches, and even those tropes don't stay consistent. The movie doesn't understand that if you wanted to stand out from the other cookie-cutter action claptrap on the menu, you had to have at least some personality. It's a by-the-numbers experience that doesn't raise any eyebrows and is ultimately forgettable. It has a somewhat interesting change to the expected premise that doesn't really last long or pay off. Sooner than later, we're back to a familiar MacGuffin that, of course, must be kept from falling into the wrong hands or the world be thrown into chaos. There's an attempt at a romance subplot that falls flat, as it's underdeveloped and unnecessary. Despite a strong cast, the film struggles with some corny dialogue and pacing issues. The chase should begin once the stakes are set, but the movie isn't always propulsive. It takes a while for the story to pick up steam, and when it does, you're met with a number of plot holes that are hard to ignore. The movie tries to generate challenges for the character. There are obligatory shootouts, hand-to-hand combats, and of course, a car chase. Unfortunately, the action feels really generic, which ruining the potential fun. We've seen all of this before, and in much better movies. The movie is so bland that the entertainment is so little. You can't even sit back and enjoy the action because the editing makes it hard to follow. The way the movie frames its action set piece and the overall choreography, somehow lacking the necessary visceral flair and palpable tension. The action scenes have too much editing, or too zoomed in on the screen. As a result, they remain difficult to follow, or they seem unbelievable, which has little tension or entertainment left. Because of all these messy aspects, the cast members don't get opportunities to really come across well, or believable. It doesn't share much in the way of originality, including physical battles against armed goons and dealings with CIA superiors. The script doesn't have an inspired take on the quest, and the director is content to recycle moves from previous features, leaving the film low on energy, despite showcasing heated moments of combat and infiltration. Kate Beckinsale gives her all. Shame that her character is largely undermined by the movie's perfunctory script, and her charisma can only go so far. She's working with her hands tied behind her back this time, often literally. It's a showcase for an action movie star with zero interest in letting her cut loose. She also has to use an American accent for most of the film, but she sounds unnatural most of the time, so even the movie's audio rarely coheres. Overall, unless you're a big fan of Kate Beckinsale, it's not worth to spend time to watch this. We do not recommend this movie at all.